Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Met up today with Roman from Vanture Customs. I'm sure you are familiar with him because I've had him on the channel several times now. Well, today he's going to show us his newest creation. It's a RAM Promaster camper van. So join us. Hello, Roman, and welcome to New Jersey Outdoor Adventures.
Hey, this is Roman from Vanture Customs, Philly's van conversion company. And here we have a 159 non-extended RAM Promaster chassis, and we did a custom conversion. Here's one of our latest creations. It's a pretty cool, unique build. Right off the bat, we have one of our, signature 45-degree angle cuts, tongue and groove kitchens, which we stained. It's pine. Here we have our little Vanture Customs laser engraved logo. And here we have a really cool bug screen. It shuts all the way over like that. A lot of RVs use it, so it was kind of tricky to put it into this camper. But it works, and it bends right around the kitchen, so it really fits this design layout well. And on the floor we have a vinyl floor, click together floor. It's waterproof, great for van life durability. Yeah, we'll step inside. They have a pretty big counter spot here for a little more. There's a little flip out. Dice up some vegetables, and then plop it right down when you don't need it. Also, you have a quick disconnect faucet here. You can shower up, rinse off. There's also a shower in the back that we'll get to later. And we have installed 2 seat swivels on both of the passenger and driver seats. The Dodge ProMaster, this one actually has a mirror, digital mirror that is constantly running when you're driving because you don't have windows in the back. And underneath the passenger seat, we have a Webasto gasoline heater, which is fed from the fuel tank of the actual vehicle. And it's really efficient, takes a little cup at night, keeps the van nice and toasty for you when it's super cold out. And here we have one of our transit seats. We put it in, custom bolted it into the frame of the vehicle. Had to drop the exhaust and a couple other things to make it happen, but it's in there, and you can actually unclip it when you want to put a dog crate in there or throw some heavy, bigger gear, camping gear, stuff like that. Right here we have a Lagoon table mount. I mounted it on some metal tubing. So the reason why we chose the Lagoon table on most of our builds is it's a very universal table. You can move it, adjust it up and down, swing it around whichever direction you need to, and then take it disparted really easily. You can also mount these little brackets that the Lagoon mounts to, and you can put it all over the van, and then you can have a Lagoon table that swivels everywhere on the side of the kitchen, for example, or on the back door. So it's a really great piece to have in your van. Up here we have our overhead storage that the ProMasters come with. And then on top, we dressed it with pine tongue and groove, which we stained with the customer's personal stain. 12-volt puck lights with yellowish light, kind of lights up the van, not like a hospital with blue lights. And a Max Air fan that has the remote. It goes in and out, 10 speeds, great efficient fan. When it's open, water doesn't get in. Up here we have a nice big upper storage cabinet. Store clothes, pans, even anything that you really want. And right below that we have a C.R. Lawrence window. It's a crank this knob to open, little T-vent type of deal, and it has a screen in front of it so water doesn't get in, bugs don't get in, and you get the nice airflow. We dressed it with a window frame, boxed it in, made it look all nice and finished. And over here we also did some finishing panels on the door and another window. Same thing, crank it open. We insulate the inside of the door as well with spray foam insulation, tire foam insulation. Doesn't let off any gases and doesn't let any moisture attach to the metal. We insulate the rest of the van with spray foam insulation. It's about R8 to R12 value. Same thing with the floor. There's foam insulation on the floor. So overall, you are in a pretty insulated metal container. So it's makes a nice and easy living, comfortable environment. Here we have a farm sink. It sticks out. Awesome looking kitchen. I love how this turned out. Nice little soap dispenser and a faucet with hot and cold run to it from the back. Underneath, it drains into 7-gallon water tank. You can take that out and dump it. And then the customer wanted all the switches out of the way, so we put them underneath the sink where it's easy to access. You have for water pump, 3,000 watt energy, inverter, charger, and your water heater. And then all the plumbing runs straight back to underneath the bed with PEX piping. And then over here we have our drawers. Tons of drawer space in these, 4 equal size big drawers. You can store a ton of clothes in here, a lot of your camping gear and whatever you like would pretty much fit in here. And then you also have even more drawer storage here. Oh, there's actually a light that you can see from underneath the bed in there, so that one lights up. Another one here. It's pretty. So that's a big one. So we put 2 J latches on there, so it doesn't fly out when you slam on the brakes. And then here we have a induction cooktop. So this turns on when it doesn't emit any heat, and it's not as dangerous as a propane fire burner. So this is a great way to cook a nice meal. Here we have a dual light switch dimmer, one for the main lights of the van and one for the dimmer for this custom LED light that we did under here. We routed a piece of pine and stained it and glued a piece of LED light in there. And underneath that we have our stick-on tile wall for lightweight purposes, and while you're cooking you don't really end up damaging any of your wood. Here we have the 4-port USB charging area, 2.1 amp outlets, and then a GF5 for your 110 volt outlet. And above that we have a huge upper cabinet with also a ton of storage, plenty of space to live full-time out of this rig. And over here we have a big closet for whatever you'd like, clothes, big ski equipment, drone stuff, camera equipment. And below that we have a huge 12 volt DC fridge with a big freezer and a big fridge spot. It's a compressor fridge that is wired right into the 12 volt battery system in the back. It's 270 amp hour batteries, and they are charged by 300 watts of solar up top, and we'll get to that when we're at the back. Over here we have a nice little custom cushion we made, and underneath that there is a dry flush Lavio toilet. It's nice and easy to maintain. This customer asked for this one specifically. You could put a dry or a cassette toilet in there, or a composting toilet with this nice little lid. Lets you do your business without your circulation of your legs getting cut off. And on this wall, tucked away to the side here, we have the Max Air fan controller, remote controller. Controls both fans. And the Webasto gasoline heater that is underneath the passenger seat. And here we have another 12 volt 4-port USB charging station. And then here there's these cute little reading lights that have a little halo ring around it, and a big reading light, which also have USB chargers in them as well. And then here we have another CR Lawrence window, cranks open like this. So that makes it super nice when you just turn on the one of the max air fans, blasting all the air in there when you're hot, keeps you nice and cool overnights. And while you're sleeping on this 6-inch memory foam mattress. Underneath we have some breathing holes spread out. It's sitting on a 1/2-inch Baltic birch plywood as the platform. So it's a nice strong bed. This is custom cut mattress to almost a double size bed now. So you know, this is exactly what the customer asked for, so that's what we did. And behind the doors, instead of putting a window in, we insulated and covered it with tongue and groove panels. That was also a request from the customer, and that turned out super nice. I really like that, actually. All right, now we'll take you outside and show you the exterior. So here we have this CR Lawrence window. It's a nice clean looking window. Same with the little one over here. It's not a sliding window. It's, you know, a nice sleek looking window. I like that a lot. And this customer wanted to build like his dream van. So this is an luminous roof rack. You know, it's a huge addition to this van. I love the way it looks. And we did some rigid lights on this brush guard. These are super bright lights. He was having trouble seeing on the road at nights, and these will definitely make sure that he can see at night. He also plastic dipped the RAM logo. Over here on this side, we have the CR Lawrence window here and the luminous ladder up to the roof rack. And up there we have the 3 100-watt solar panels, and they're all pushed up to the front, so he is able to use the rest of the roof rack and, you know, use it for whatever he needs. A roof tent, turtle, you know, a ton of things you could put up there. And over here we have the 50 amp shore plug. You open it up, put your 50 amp shore plug in, and you're good to use the water heater, or even put in a little air conditioner that's like a stand-up one in there. And back here we have the garage storage. So still a ton of room with all the other storage that he has in this van. Still a ton of room to, you know, put a bike in and any other gear that you can really think of. Have a light switch right here with the 25-gallon water tank, with the 2.5-gallon Bosch water heater, electric water heater, with the FlowJet water pump, 12 volt, run into PEX piping to the front faucet, and back here to this little shower. Then you can pull out, you know, put it up on your door. This hose is a lot more flexible once you run a little bit of hot water in it. And shower up, hook, curtain, and you're ready to shower. That easy. Okay, and here we have a gravity fed water fill station, or, you know, you can put a city inlet hose and just fill it in there. I like gravity fed because you can be, you know, go to a Walmart, fill up with gallons but you don't have a hose access, and just fill it up with tanks and a funnel. And here we have a breather tube for your tank when you're filling up and you know, using up all your water. Oh, and a little Vanture Custom laser engraving there. You'll see those scattered all over. And this bed platform is held up by 1x2 16 gauge metal tubing. So it's a pretty solid bed platform. And then over here we used one of Patrick's cool adventure ideas that he gave us with the J latches. The whole panel comes off so you can get to your electrical. So this is our 3,000 watt inverter charger, and it's by Renogy. Then we have our, you know, negative, positive bus bars, breaker running into the isolator that is coming from the alternator charger from the van. Renogy Bluetooth module and Renogy solar controller that's charging the from the 300 watts of solar up top. And then there's a fuse panel, 12-volt fuse panel right there. That's all labeled for the customer to figure out, troubleshoot if they ever need to. And then if you ever want to access the batteries, that is also on clips and easy to access. Here we have a 250 amp heavy duty breaker that goes into the inverter and everything else. Two 170 watt, 170 amp hour batteries, lithium, smart lithium batteries from Renogy.
Roman, thank you very much for taking the time to take us through your RAM Promaster creation. Now, we featured other van chassis on the channel before, but I know I see a lot of the RAM Promasters. Is there a chassis that you specialize in, or you do say the Ford Transit?
Yeah, we actually did do a Ford Transit not that long ago. We did a video tour of it on our channel if you want to check it out. We did our set build Adventurer that has the shower and the full-time living capabilities, 4-season with the heater and everything. So you can check that out on our channel, but there's no specific van that we're focused on. You know, we have a RAM Promaster City in our shop right now. So we're working with all different shapes and sizes. Everything is built custom made to the van by hand from scratch, every little piece that you see. So, you know, it's not like we're using prefabricated furniture to put stuff together. Everything's custom made. So.
I've been to your shop before, pretty impressive facility, and you've grown a lot since I first visited there. That was probably about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of builds going on. What's the lead time for someone that brings a van to you right now?
Yeah, we actually got some great engineers working with us now, electrical engineers. So the speed's picking up about a month or two. It's turnaround time. So yeah, we're expanding and we're trying to get people up on the road, you know, at an affordable rate. So it's as quick as we can.
And that's very important. This is an affordable build. So you have your standard components that you use, Max Air fan, I've seen the Bosch, and a lot of you. So you really got it down that you could make it very affordable for a lot of folks to get in.
Yeah, our goal is to get as many people as we can into van life and to have the same experiences that we had. Like, we enjoyed it and learned so much from it. So, you know, the van life community on the East Coast, I feel like, could be expanded a little more. So we're just trying to help out the locals here and really get everyone on the road that we can.
And this van, someone brought to you, so they bought their own ProMaster and they drove it or had it shipped to your location. Mm-hmm. Is that what the other customers are doing as well?
Yeah. Some customers just ship them out to us, but mostly they just pick them up and pick them up brand new, like this guy did, and just drive them straight to us and drop it off. They go pick it up from some available dealership in the middle of the country and have a little getaway. Put a mattress in the back and just make their way to us. And then when they pick it up, it's this luxury version of a camper now.
So there might be a first timer that wants to get a van, but they really don't know where to start. And they come to your business. Do you have like set floor plans you could start them off with, and they could look at those and get some ideas from?
Yeah. We actually have two set builds called the Adventure and the Wanderer. The one thing that we noticed from us doing van life and all the other customers and hearing their feedback is like the layouts that we have came up with, which is the Adventure and the Wanderer. And you get everything you need from those builds. So, if you don't know what you're doing, don't know exactly what you want, and you're on a budget, those builds are a great start. You get everything you need, and then from there, you can always add or subtract things. You can check those things out on our website. Hit the consultation button. We'll get back to you as soon as we can and get you on the road as quick as possible.
Well, that's good that you brought that up, because it can be a little overwhelming for first-time van buyer with all the different choices there are out there. Plus, they might not know, like, for example, this underneath here, this is the wheel well underneath there, right?
Yep.
So if someone was to sketch up their own floor plan and say, hey, can you build this for me? They might not realize that a wheel well exists there. So you have your set floor plans and models, but I think you also do shell builds there. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we do shell builds where it's just, we get the shell of your van. We insulate it, run the wires through safely to code, and do either pine or tongue and groove walls and ceiling, floors, insulated floors as well. And then the customer can have a safe, good, quick jump start to the van build, and then they can kind of do their own, play with the empty canvas and do whatever build they wanted to initially.
That's an excellent idea, because there are a lot of people that want the fun of building their own, but maybe some of the things are out of their capability or comfort level. So by you doing a shell build, they could come in, they could put their own cabinets in, their own wall finishing, floor finishing. That's a great idea. I think you offering that is going to be huge value to the van ownership market. Yeah. Roman, thank you very much for taking the time to give us a tour of your latest creation. I'll make sure I link to your YouTube channel and social media so the viewers of this video could follow you and see all the great things you do there in Philadelphia. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd love it, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.